Um, and it's just a matter of getting quiet and understanding, okay, what do I believe? What are my beliefs? What are my beliefs? Not what did I grow up and what was I told to believe in? It's clearing that stuff out that isn't yours today, right now. And can it change in a year or two? Absolutely. How many times do we have people talking about, having spiritual awakenings, or, you know, uh, a born whatever religion again? These things are something that happens because of probably big life experiences. Something that, maybe you got into a major accident and you've been in the hospital for however many years or for however many months or weeks or whatever, and you end up realizing, like, okay, the life I was living, that wasn't me. That wasn't who I am on the inside. That's not my true calling. That's not my true self. I'm much bigger than that. Why have I allowed all of these external things to validate and to try and tell me who I am and who I believe in and what I believe in, versus sitting and having that major life event? Because when you're in the hospital for however long, etc., you kind of have time to sit with things and to whatever, because you're not doing a whole lot. You're sitting in a bed, you're contemplating life, contemplating why this happened to you or whatever, because I guarantee you that's one of those things that still will creep in, is why is this happening to me? As opposed to, okay, this did happen to me, done. Now what can I do to better my life, to better understand my connection to the universe, to myself, to my higher self, to my intuition is a big one that a lot of us really ignore. We really do. I've been trying to teach my kids, like, listen, your gut would tell you before your brain will ever understand. So please listen to your gut. Like, if you're at a park and your guts, you look at somebody and your gut's saying, oh, this feels off, go home. Because I would rather you listen to your gut and be wrong than not listen to your gut and be right and something happen. And that's what I think in life in general, is listening to that gut, because that gut is your higher self, is your inner soul, is your higher being, is your God, is your whatever, however you call that above yourself entity. I'm going to use entity, the word entity or spirit. And it's letting you know, like, hey, listen, this path you're on kind of needs to change. You need to change. So like even distractions like alcohol and drugs and other addictions lead you off that path. They lead you off that path and get you into a destructive path. So it's cluttering your spiritual connection. And when you start to realize that, and those who are going through rehab and are going through those kind of detox or whatever, they have that connection that is much stronger afterwards. And I've heard it again and again of anyone coming out of like drug addiction, coming out of whatever, they have a different sense of life and how it works, because they probably came very close to death or dying, or that feeling of deep down absolute life isn't worth it, et cetera, and then all of a sudden something happens and they become clean and they become more, I usually see them become more spiritual, because they've connected now to themselves and who they are, and haven't allowed those distractions to get in the way of that connection. And that's a huge one that a lot of people talk about, is obviously distractions of the alcohol, of the drugs, of the so many other things that can take your focus from it. Like, let's even just talk about news. If you're somebody who, I'm going to say religiously, but religiously watch the news, what is the news all about? A lot of the, main broadcast is all about the negative. Oh, it's fear-based. It's going to get you further and further and further away from that connection of you, of your higher self, of what really is humanity. Humanity is good. We love, like, at our core, we want to help others. If that is not the person's core, chances are they've got some sort of disconnect with their spiritual self, with their higher self, with why they're actually here.